They first took off his clothes. Then they took long leather thongs with steel pellets or lead pellets on the end and beat him across the back until he could hardly stand up. Then they put a crown of thorns on his brow and his face was bleeding. And they laughed at him and they spit on him and they mocked him. And with one snap of his finger, 72,000 angels had already drawn their swords ready to come to his rescue and wipe this planet out of existence in the universe. And Jesus said, no, to this end was I born. And he dragged and lifted and hauled that cross. When he died on that cross, they nailed him, they put the nails in his hands. And you know what he said? Forgive them, they know not what they do. Forgive them. Could you forgive somebody that's putting nails in your hands and you know you didn't deserve it? He didn't squirm, he didn't yell, he didn't scream. He just took it and said, Lord, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. That's how he confronted the violence of his day. And then, on the cross, he said, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? And then he dropped his head and said, it's finished. What did he mean? He meant your plan of salvation was finished. God can now forgive you of all your sins because Jesus had finished God's plan for your salvation.
He's alive. You walked upon a street paved with iniquity. As they spit at your feet, you think of only me. You were shackled in chains that would free me. Rejected by men, still you chose me. When you took your last breath, I took my first breath. When you hung your head, I lived at night. With every nail in your hand, I was redeemed from the curse of sin. You let them put you in a grave so I would come out alive.
Lift your voice and shout the name Jesus. Oh, I believe that there's a better shout in you than that. I want everybody that's ever been healed by that name, ever been delivered by that name, lift up your voice and shout, Jesus! Call that name. Come on, call that name. Come on, call that name. Call that name. Come on, I need to hear a church. Call the name, Jesus.
Jesus, 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 what the fullness of the Godhead bodily. Jesus, He is the image of the invisible God. Our Sabbath, our rest. The Word made flesh, prophet, priest, priest and king. Unto you we sing. In him dwelleth the fullness of the Godhead bodily. He is the image of the invisible God. Our Sabbath, our rest. The Word made flesh. Prophet, priest, and king. Unto you we sing. Jesus, teacher, rabbi, with authority spake parables that enlighten our eyes. Jesus, taught the pearl of great price. Marriage feast, mustard seed, so accurate and precise. Jesus, taught the seed and the sower, the field with hidden treasure, vineyard and laborers. Jesus, the lion and the lamb. Jesus, the great I am. From the dead he's raised, exalted and praised. Praise forever. There will never be another. Yeshua HaMashiach. Praise forever.
Forgive them, Father. They know not what they do.